What would you do if you stopped saying no to yourself and just said yes? Would you take flying lessons the way that Jennifer did several years ago? Would you learn to scuba dive like Yasir? Or would you form your own foundation as Talicia has done? What would change in your life? How many beliefs, dreams, ideas, or desires do you have hiding like scared little mice behind the word no? Fellow Dawnbreakers, welcome guest, and Mr. Toastmaster. You know, the word yes has a very, very powerful meaning. It expresses agreement, affirmation, and positive confirmation. I'm going to share with you some experiences today that I've had by just saying yes that were quite wonderful. But before I do, I have to admit that up until now, I've spent a lot of my life in what I'll call the no zone. I've said no to new friendships because I didn't have time for the ones that I already had. I've said no to social events and to invitations because I couldn't find anything other than sweatpants to wear. And I've said no to anything spontaneous because my life had to be planned and scheduled and organized. As you probably are thinking, life in the no zone was not a lot of fun. So I spent time reading dozens and dozens of self-help books, searching for fun and fulfillment. But the most profound message that I discovered happened during one of my weekly movie rentals. You may have heard of this movie. It's called Yes Man. It's a comedy starring Jim Carrey. Have any of you heard of it? Well, Carrey plays a lonely, dull man who ends up at a yes seminar out of sheer desperation. Now, he mistakenly uses the word no at this yes seminar, and the speaker pounces on him like a lion, gets in his face and roars, "You're dead! You say no to life. You make excuses to everyone around you and to yourself." Those words formed a mirror, and I saw my dull, lifeless, bored self staring back at me. Now, the speaker went on to say, embrace yes, invite it into your life. When you say yes to life, you say yes to opportunities. Now, I reflected on that message for several days, and then I decided that I would take a chance and invite yes into my life. That I would say yes to those parts of myself that were folded and hidden, along with some dusty dreams and some fading ideas. And guess what? My life began to change. For instance, I found my way back to Dawnbreakers. Now, I've told many of you the story about how I came to Dawnbreakers, gave one speech, and never came back, right? But I didn't tell you that Anita Jefferson called me several times during those 9 years that I was away. But I was parked in the no zone. I just could not come back until I made that commitment to say yes to myself and to my own dream of public speaking. So here I am today, and Dawnbreakers has replaced that weekly movie rental as the highlight of my week. Now, back in May, I had another opportunity where just saying yes got me to the grill. An old girlfriend called me out of the blue one Tuesday and said, "Would you like to join me and go to Jamaica on Thursday?" Now, my thoughts went straight to the no zone. I was like, oh no, there is absolutely no way that I can take a vacation on such short notice without my husband and stay within our budget this month. But I found myself saying, yes, I want to go, because I began to realize that those excuses were only things that kept me from being able to connect with myself. So saying yes allowed me an opportunity to have a wonderful vacation that was just for me, where I could relax. And to my surprise, my girlfriend and my mom picked up the tab for my expenses. So there is some power in just saying yes. You know, author Keith Johnstone said, dull people believe that their lives are dull by chance. But in reality, everyone chooses the events that take place in our lives by consciously blocking or yielding. No blocks, while yes yields. So, fellow Dawnbreakers, as you drive along life's highway, remember those words: no blocks, yes yields. Avoid those pitfalls that are waiting in the no zone, and yield to the affirmative power of the word yes. Mr. Toastmaster.